What's up, Bridal Babes? I hope you're ready for another exciting episode of your favorite local wedding show, Bridal Buzz. We are about to enter into a brand new year, 2022. Here we come. And in this episode, we are going to cover 22 trends that we expect to see in weddings in 2022. So with that, let's get started. All right, Bridal Babes, before we dive deep into this list of wedding trends, I just want to say thank you so much for being with us over the last year. I know the wedding scene and everything has just been crazy. 2021, thank you. We made it, we lived, we survived, we thrived. Let's move on. So with that and everything crazy that happened, that's going to bring us to our first trend that we're going to see in 2022 in the wedding scene. That will be weekday weddings. So this trend is kind of riding on the tail end of the pandemic and people having to cancel, reschedule, all of those things. One of the benefits about those weekday weddings is actually that it's cheaper to rent those venues during the week than it is on the weekend. So if you're looking to save a little bit of extra budget, look at those weekday dates, maybe even a Thursday, go into the Friday, you know? It doesn't have to be a Saturday night wedding for it to be a big deal. Trend number 2. Bold color palettes. So gone are the days of soft and blush and light, and in are the days of bright and bold and statement pieces. We are seeing more rich colors enter into weddings and less of the light pastel. It's all kind of going to the wayside. We are seeing brides want to be unique. We're seeing couples want to actually create something that their guests have never seen before. So we're seeing a lot of earth tones. We're seeing a lot of jewel tones. Also, the terracotta color scheme is super in right now. It's been big throughout the last year, and I expect to see a lot more of it in 2022 as well. Trend number 3, specialty wedding vendors. What does this mean? It means more than just your basics, more than the venue, more than your catering, florist, what you typically expect to see in a wedding vendor list. We're seeing beer burros, we're seeing photo booth vans, we're seeing mobile bar food trucks, we're seeing live wedding painting, all of these really fun, unique attributions that people are bringing into their weddings to make it more than just that typical day again. So a huge theme that you're gonna see throughout these trends is unique, stand out. People don't wanna just have a cookie cutter wedding anymore. They want it to be a representation of who they are as a couple. So specialty wedding vendors, if you're planning on getting something special for your wedding, let us know in the comments, send us a DM. I wanna know what you're planning. This one I love, number 4, non-traditional wedding parties. What does that mean? Instead of bridesmaids, we're seeing bromaids. Huh? You like the name? Let me know. When I found this out, I was like, yes, thank God, because I don't ever imagine myself having a typical wedding party. I have friends and family that lie on a whole spectrum of queer to not, and I'm just excited to feel more comfortable having a mixed bridal party, not just having your typical 3-5 of your closest girlfriends, but you can bring in whoever you want. This is something you can do on the groomsmen side as well. So instead of calling them groomsmen, we call them groomswomen. I think I like bromaids better. I think that sounds way more exciting and unique. But another way that we're seeing this non-traditional wedding parties is through the flower girls and the ring bearers. We're seeing pets being involved. We're seeing grandmas being involved. We're seeing the crazy uncle that's always a good time passing out beer instead of flowers. So I think this is an amazing way to make your wedding a little bit more unique, a little bit more you, and that's the most important thing. You don't need to make a wedding look a certain way because it's supposed to. It should feel a certain way because you want it to. Tradition number 5. Eco-friendly, environmentally sustainable wedding choices. Thank God. I'm glad this is a trend. I feel like it should be a trend in everything we do in life. Some easy ways that you can make your wedding a little bit more eco-friendly is think about rentable items instead of disposable items. Think about ethically sourced food, farm to table, going local as much as you can. An amazing way to find those local vendors is through SanAntonioWeddings.com. We've got an amazing list of all of the best in the area. You can find catering, you can find florals, you can find everything in between. Those specialty wedding vendors we were mentioning just a second ago, you can find those there too. So go check it out. That's an easy way to be a little bit more eco-friendly and sustainable. Instead of ordering things online, keep it local, y'all. Trend number 6, personalized bridal attire. So again, we're seeing way more unique options, just way more options in general for everything in the weddings. For your dress, for your florals, for your decor. it is becoming more and more personalized as time goes by. Some ways we're seeing this in the dresses is more glam, more glitz, bigger and better. In the last few decades, wedding dresses have been pretty cookie cutter, pretty standard. You can expect something out of a wedding dress. Now, sometimes you see wedding dresses and you're just like floored because you've never seen a wedding dress like that. That's what we're looking at in 2022. We're gonna see a lot of unique wedding looks, colored dresses, floral embroidery, sequins, pearls, you name it. And then also the 90s style of just like a slip dress, silk, simple, chic. That's also in right now. If that's what you're looking for, 2022 is your year, y'all. And you can go as big or as small as you want. That's what makes it personalized bridal attire. It's your wedding at the end of the day. Do what makes you happy. And that is gonna be a huge trend in 2022. So piggybacking off of that last trend, number 7 is gonna be more dramatic makeup. Typically in weddings, we've seen very pink, very soft, very like minimalistic glam. Nowadays, we are seeing more dramatic eyeliner, maybe a bold red lip to pop, less smoky eye, more straight to it, personalized is key here. Another popular thing right now is super, super natural, bare minimum makeup on the bride. And if you're looking for that kind of look, it's more important to get skincare treatment ahead of time than it is to find the right makeup product for you. So if you're looking for that glowing, just no makeup look, I highly recommend checking out Body Concepts here in San Antonio. They can help you get your face ready for your big day without having to rely on the makeup to do the full job. So check them out, look into those makeup trends, and find something that works for you. All right, moving on, bridal babes, to tradition number 8, unique wedding arches. I know we've been seeing those beautiful, I think they're called floral moon something arches at the end of the altar for, I think maybe the last year and a half or so. But we are seeing them become more and more unique. We're seeing metal, we're seeing wood, we're seeing acrylic, which we'll get to later. We're seeing over-the-top florals, we're seeing balloons. There are so many fun things that you can do with your arch. And this is especially great for outdoor weddings or kind of like blank canvas warehouse type style venues, to where you can really build the space for you. You can make that venue look like whatever you want it to look like, and no one else is gonna have that picture from that day besides you. And when you have a unique wedding arch, not only can you use it at the ceremony to be at the altar, you can also move it to your reception. Maybe make it the entrance into the hallway. Maybe make it the background behind your sweetheart table or the background to your cake. And kind of close to that is number 9, balloon decorations. So traditionally, balloons have been kept more for birthday parties, baby showers, yada, yada, yada. Now we're seeing it in weddings. I mean, why not? I love balloon decorations. I love balloon arches. I love balloon columns. I've seen incredible things done with balloons. Why not replace your centerpieces with a balloon instead? Way more affordable. You don't have to worry about preserving the florals after, people being allergic to florals. So as long as you're not allergic to latex, balloons would probably be a better option for you. I'm laughing because my intern is allergic to latex. So one of my favorite trends that I'm seeing is number 10, acrylic decor. Acrylic chairs, acrylic signs, acrylic invitations, one of my favorites. One of the things I love most about acrylic is it can mesh well with pretty much any wedding trend. You can do something really elegant, or you can do something super boho, DIY. There's a full spectrum that acrylic can fit into, and acrylic is more durable than paper and less shatterable than glass. So if you're looking something that's gonna last long, not break on you, acrylic is the way to go. Number 11, halfway through our list, we have food trucks. Food trucks are in everywhere right now. I think over the last 5 years, we've seen a huge increase in the food truck scene everywhere in just the foodie world. You can do tacos, you can do ice cream, you can do crepes, you can do burgers, you can do pizza. Anything you can picture, you can get out of a food truck. I got a lobster roll out of a food truck this past weekend. Like, the world is your oyster, maybe, out of a food truck. So not only is the food diverse, the things you can do with food trucks plentiful, but it's also a really fun thing for your guests. So while you're taking your couples portraits, while you're taking your bridal party portraits during cocktail hour, you can have someone serving snacks from a food truck. You can serve your full entree from a food truck. You can do dessert from a food truck. It is just a really cool way to make your wedding a little bit more interactive, a little bit different than other weddings people have been to in the past. And before we move on to our next trend, I just want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Limelight Photography and Video. They have an amazing team ready to help you for your wedding day, engagements, proposals, post-wedding anything. Not only do they do photo, they also do video. So it's 2 in 1. You don't have to go to 2 different places. You can get it all in one space. Limelight Photography and Video here in San Antonio. Check them out on sanantonioweddings.com. Number 12, smaller, more detailed wedding cake. So if you guys saw our episode about dessert tables, dessert bars, then you know that this is a trend that's kind of on the rise as well. So with the rise of dessert tables, we're seeing a shrink in the cake because people aren't necessarily trying to serve cake to everybody at the wedding anymore. They want the cake to be able to cut it, be able to eat a slice for themselves, but that's pretty much it. You can do so many different desserts, lemon bars, pies, s'mores, whatever you want, that people are starting to kind of veer away from the cake. And so that's giving people the opportunity to have a smaller but way more intricate cake. So think textures and colors and florals and just all the detailing you could imagine on a cake. That is what we're starting to see more and more of in 2021 leading into 2022. Trend number 13 is unique wedding cake flavors. So we're not seeing just wedding cake anymore. We're seeing lemon, lavender, prosecco surprise. We're seeing chocolate graham cracker, mesquite smoked honey. Like, as weird as you can get, we're doing it because a wedding cake, just like the rest of the trends we're seeing for 2022, is supposed to be a representation of who you are as a couple. So if your special memory is with spicy chocolate in Mexico, then go with a spicy chocolate wedding cake. It's yours. It's your day. Make it yours. Don't just do something because you feel like you have to. Don't go with the red velvet because it's just like easy, you know? Go with the whiskey caramel from the cake shop here in San Antonio. Guarantee it'll be a delicious choice. All right, next on the list, number 14, we have greenery. So this is actually a budget saving tool as well. We're seeing, instead of florals everywhere, more of the greenery aspect of florals. We're seeing greenery wrapped around banisters, on staircases, greenery laid out on tables as a centerpiece, hanging from the ceiling. It's a lot more affordable than getting all the flowers with it, but it still gives that nature feel, that there are florals present. Number 15, garden and Bridgerton inspired weddings. If you guys are looking for a little bit of inspiration to help you get those creative juices going, check out sanantonioweddings.com. I think we've got a couple of styled shoots that have that Bridgerton inspired, garden inspired feel to them. But explaining the trend. So since 2020, since the release of the Netflix show, the wedding scene has just gone gaga for this Regency time period. So there's this specific shade of blue that you'll see a lot of. Maybe instead of a pop cover band, we have a string quartet playing. Maybe instead of tequila shots, we have tea time and biscuits. Canopies of flowers, accentuated waistlines on dresses, everything you saw in Bridgerton, but 2022 edition is coming your way. Number 16, vintage inspired jewelry. Kind of similar to Bridgerton, those vintage vibes are coming back. I think we were expecting it a little bit with the, the second surge of the roaring 20s being 2020 decade, the increase of Gatsby themed weddings. So we're seeing that already, but more than just in the weddings, we're seeing it in jewelry a lot. So people are re-wearing their grandmother's veils, their grandmother's pearls. More than just the re-wearing, people are buying brand new vintage inspired engagement rings. That emerald cut diamond is really coming back. So keep an eye out for everything vintage in 2022. We're gonna be seeing a lot of it. Number 17, reception outfits. Having a change of clothes and not wearing that giant dress all day long. Not only is this a great way to be able to move around better at your reception, not feel so hot all the time, but also you get to keep that really expensive dress safe and sound, away from muddy feet, away from drinks spilling on the dance floor, away from heels, maybe tearing the back on accident. Put it away, keep it safe. You spent maybe thousands of dollars on that thing. Get a dress or pantsuit that you can feel comfortable just partying the night away in, getting sweaty, getting messy. Have a good time. 18, midnight snacks. I love this because I love to eat. If you offer me the option to have meals spread out over the day, I'll take it. I'm not gonna say no. So on top of that cocktail hour, on top of the entree, if you're planning on having a reception that goes a little bit later than normal, I would recommend having midnight snacks. Could be 10 p.m. It doesn't have to actually be midnight, but places like Whataburger here, they actually offer catering for those midnight snacks. So imagine everybody at your party eating a honey butter chicken biscuit halfway through the dancing. Sounds like a pretty good time if I do say so myself. All right, bridal babes, we're getting toward the end of our list. Number 19 is cash and donation-based registries. We've also had an episode in the past that covered wedding registries and everything you needed to know, and we did talk a little bit about the differences in giving gifts versus sending cash or donation funds. We are seeing those cash-based and donation fund registries becoming more and more popular as couples are deciding, hey, I don't want that KitchenAid mixer. I don't want that random toaster oven or Roomba, you know? Maybe I do, but maybe I want to buy it on my own. Maybe I want to put money toward a down payment on a home or get a new car, things like that that are a little bit more important to you as a couple. Or if you feel like you don't want anything for yourself, you already have everything you need, do the donation-based registry. Give to a cause that you care about. People are doing it more and more, and if someone really wants to give you a gift, let them, but it's your wedding, and if you are looking for San Antonio Pets Alive to receive funds instead of yourself, do it. People are gonna be more than happy to do that in your name. Number 20, dried florals. This is another styled shoot we have on sanantonioweddings.com if you are looking for a little bit of inspo on how to incorporate dried florals into your big day. What I love about dried florals is you don't have to worry about the preservation of them after. They're already done. They're already dried. They're already ready to go. I'm imagining myself picking apart my dried floral bouquet and putting little fuzzy textures all across my house in little vases. Super tasteful, super boho, super eco-friendly, reusable. I just love the mix of different textures that you can see in a dried floral bouquet. It is just sensory heaven. So if you're looking to get dried florals for your wedding, again, remember to check out that style shoot on sanantonioweddings.com for all your inspo. 2 trends left. 21 is metallics. Metallic candle holders, metallic vases, metallic bridesmaid dresses, metallic accents on your shoes, the whole 9 yards. You can expect people's outfits to be adorned with it, but you can also expect tablescapes to be covered in mixed and matched metallics too. We're seeing gold, we're seeing bronze, we're seeing silver. And a fun way that we're also seeing metallics is edible glitter in drinks, on cakes. How fun is that? Last but certainly not least, outdoor weddings and receptions. The last 2 years has changed a lot in the wedding industry, especially here in Texas, when typically we only see outdoor weddings in early spring, late fall, because, you know, the weather. We're now seeing it happen at all times of year. So if you're planning on having an outdoor wedding reception in the summer or winter, you're not alone. Head on over to sanantonioweddings.com. We have your must-have list for every season of your wedding. Winter, summer, you name it, how to cool off, how to warm up, we got you covered. So outdoor weddings are gonna be really big in the next year, probably to continue on after that as well. People like to know that they're safe when they're celebrating. And another incredible thing about an outdoor wedding is the background. Again, back to that unique wedding arches. You can really make an outdoor wedding whatever you want it to be, with the floors you create, the type of chairs you choose, the background and the backdrop for that unique wedding arch. It's gonna be your day, and it's gonna be amazing and super special, and that sums up our list of 22 wedding trends to look out for in 2022. So if I missed something that you think is gonna be big, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. I wanna hear your thoughts. And with that, again, a shout out to Limelight Photography and Video, and thanks so much, Bridal Babes. It's people like you who keep us going, so don't forget, like this video, subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and we'll see you next time.